I'm on the space with my phone.
All right. Yep. We're just waiting for you to pop up on Spaces and get you all set up with your phone. We do have a little
Oops,
bit of
sorry about
feedback,
that.
but I guess if you hold your phone kind of away from your microphone, it does work that way.
Yeah, now it might be good.
So. All right, everyone. Welcome, Mibayy here.
Thank you.
And let me get this quieted down. And welcome to gmNFT Podcast. And we have a bunch of people here that want to hear from Mibayy today and what he's been doing. He's been so curious in some of his actions, which has led me to want to interview him because he has been working very hard for this community and for everyone to give us what we need, I guess, is what I've been seeing. So congrats to
Yeah,
Mibayy
hello.
for everything that you've been doing.
So please, first of all, don't laugh at my accent, okay? I might try to find some words sometimes, but I will do my best.
That's fine. Yeah. So tell us just a little bit. So you have your fingers in a whole different slew of different things, and it's showing that you are doing a lot of hard work. Sorry, my cats are kind of, if they make some noise. Can you guys
Yeah, it's okay.
shoot? So, yeah. So Wallet FP, that was just amazing when that came out. I've been on it every day.
Yeah, I guess not those days.
And so to see kind of where you're at, you know, and to let everyone know where they're at in just kind of their floor price value of their NFTs is kind of a just a neat thing to be able to see and check up on. You know, we did really have a peak there where, you know, NFTs were just really high in value and it was crazy to see. And you know, with rare, not even counting rarities and everything, it's kind of cool to see, you know, where you could be at if you needed the liquidity. So
Yeah, that was the idea. It all started with a tweet I made because I was looking for a tool to know how much money I have in my wallet with my NFTs, and I couldn't find that. So I just posted a tweet, and a guy from a community, I mean, just pop out with the V1, the very basic one, white one, and I found it brilliant. Like it was perfect, exactly what I needed, and because we accepted to share it with the community, and we saw that a lot of people liked it. So I think we just took it, and now it's only the beginning for something bigger. Like we want to take this exposure from Wallet FP and create something more, and that's what we try to do every day now. We try to educate the community on how to search on a project, how to dig. We call it in French. I don't know if it's the same in English, but how you do research on project, and we give opinions about a lot of different projects, and that's an aspect we want to really develop on Wallet FP. So now it's just to check your value, but we are trying to add more. We had Aquaverse that came for an MAA 2 days ago, and it was incredible. We had like 300 people. Well, it was all in French, so I'm sorry for the English speaking, but it was really nice, and I think it's what the community needs, because a lot of projects today are based only on a certain hype for an art, and not really because of the project that is behind the NFT. So we want to show the people that come to Elrond, um, it's more than just NFT. It will have utility. It's a long-term investment, and you have to do it right. So I guess Wallet FP is a really, really nice tool. We are planning to add tons of stuff. like charts and stuff like that. It's gonna be really a nice place to go and check your FP, of course, floor price. And we will add inventorying where you can put your NFTs, the price you paid for them, and we will give a lot of updates about what if it went down or up or stuff like that. We have big plans for this website and this community, and yeah, I think it's what Elrond community needs those days.
Yeah, it is. And a lot of us were wondering the same thing. I know I'm in a group that we talk about things that could be, better. We're not technical, a lot of us. Some of us are more, than others. And that is kind of one of the thing that I seen most out of people was the floor price and wondering what our NFTs were worth. It kind of
Yeah,
changed the game a little bit for what I thought I had in my wallet, but there's a lot of stuff that we have to be watching out for that could go to zero if we had a massive pump, or close to, or whatever you want to call it. With Wallet FP, it does show that we have what we have in our wallet. It gives us that little tool, but you are also doing other things in the community.
yeah. That's why I said I want to use Wallet FP as a launching rocket. Yeah, I don't know, launcher for a launcher. I want it to be as useful as it can be because every time a project goes out, we have. Oh, sorry. Let's do this. We have a new Discord, a new Twitter, a new white paper. And if you try to educate yourself with all those projects, it's going to take a lot of time. I'm trying to do it, and it's really, really hard. I have already a tons of work with NoGen and all what's coming, but I still have some free time to do those research for the Wallet FP community. So I take my free time, I contact the project, I see what they have behind, if the team behind this is true to his community, and if their project is going to be a long-term one, etc. I do a lot of investigation for Aquaverse. Before the MA, I did like 3 days of investigation about everything around the project. I was looking for the little things that were not looking really good, and really wanted to see what the admins had to say about it, etc. And I think the community liked it because not everyone has the time like I do to do those research. So because I have the time and I know how to type fast with my keyboard, so I take this time for them and I try to share with them. Because I think L1 community needs to understand that we have to share information. We have to develop this trust in this community to avoid those scammers and the bad projects that come just to take the money and leave. But we have to be careful. We have to take care of each other and stuff like that. So that's what I'm trying to do and trying to educate people to do.
Well, we are both on the same path here because I've started this podcast. This is episode 21. So that is pretty big for me to keep going on with this and to try to educate people and to have that track for people to kind of see, what we were covering early on, kind of where things are now. There is, a big need for education in the NFT, the marketplace and the community, because there's a lot of different things that make the NFT community what it is. And without the tools that you give us, it's harder for the community to understand what they are actually doing. And that's a benefit of having a strong community. We don't need to profit to give value, because we need to give the value because we've been here. We've been here and we want to educate the people that are coming in, because we, as people looking from the outside, to begin with, it was just a hard thing to even handle and manage the
Yeah,
NFT space.
that's the point. I mean, I always take stuff like if I was new and coming to this place, like what am I looking for? What's help do I need? That's why I always say, if you need help, you can DM me. I will help you. Because when I arrived, I found 2, 3 guys that helped me a lot, like tons of help, and I loved it. And I think everyone is in right to have this help from me or anyone else. And that's why I started to do the thread on Twitter about how to join Elrond, giving insight of project. Because if you are new and you come and you see that a project is very hyped, etc., and you buy it and you see that the price immediately go down to the floor price, you will just say, "What the fuck is Elrond? Like, why it's like that? I just gave my money. It was a lot of hype. I thought the price will go to the moon, and it's just at mint price." Yes, because you have to do research and see what the project is all about, see what they have coming, if they have to come. I mean, it's not just about buying an NFT at this price and making it 2 times. We need to take this out of our heads and think about the project and what we want to build. Because when everyone will arrive tomorrow, we have to be ready to show them the good path and not going into bad project that will kill their motivation to do something on Elrond.
Right, and so with this podcast, I've always been talking about looking for the further demand, uh, and so that's kind of hard to see sometimes when you're sitting there looking at NFTs. What is this gonna be used for in the future, and what is the vision of these projects, and if they are trying to do something better for the community or for the world, what I mean, is it worth the fact that you're putting this money into it? I guess
Yeah, absolutely.
that's one way I've looked at this whole space objectively, with with a non-bias, which I have had bias just because I did like something. I bought a lot of it, and things don't turn out the way that you think that they will. But then trying to understand the broader picture and what you're buying, it can get easier with help from people like you and me coming together too, and trying to spread that word that our e-gold is precious. And that's my motto. Our e-gold is precious, and we trust it, so why trust it to a project that we don't? And so
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, we've trusted e-gold this far, and so there's so much more coming to the future with the metaverse and with NFTs period, that we need to have that e-gold too, and not just spend it all on NFTs like I have. But
Yeah, if you invest, yeah, I bought some NFTs that I'm not proud of, and I don't want people to do the same mistakes as me. That's why I try to, yeah, to give back to people what they should do. With Mibayy, my own account, I'm promoting Nogen because I'm working for Nogen, and I really trust the project Nogen. But with Wallet FP, it's more kind of, it probably gonna change the name because Wallet FP is just the beginning and one tool of it. But we really want to share what we know about the project and what we see the others people don't know.
yeah, and that's the same. We have given non-bias just news on different projects that we're maybe minting, and so that is hard too, because you want to let people know, especially if it has some excitement around it, but maybe it might not be for the best interest of the people. That's another thing I look at too. Yes, something can have a lot of hype, but when it isn't there for the best interest of the people and maybe more towards the creator, I mean, that we kind of, I mean, people are looking at more these days. They're looking for value, and so, you know, with different projects that I've invested, I've found real value already, and a lot of them have paid themselves off, um, which is crazy. So, you know, that's one thing. I'm proud of a lot of the NFTs I hold, and I want the people that get into NFTs and come onto this podcast and see me. I'm not the best talker. You know, you always say you don't speak the best English. Well, I don't either. I say and a lot, and you know, I've pointed out my own flaws in my podcast and how I've talked. But when it comes down to it, we're here for a real reason, and that's not to look the best or be the greatest speaker, or it's just to educate. And when it comes down to that, people will see the real value, and we will build this NFT space really big. I see it now. And
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
small.
I mean,
It's small right now. It's very super small.
yeah, it's very small, and the problem is that people only focus on the hyped project, and they don't focus on the utility behind. So when the hype goes down, they lose money and they lose value, and so they think that Elrond is bad, and they leave Elrond, and that's not the image we want to bring to people.
Right. So can you tell us what else you have? Because I saw you were co-partner, or not, maybe partnered with another. I know you're doing like a, I don't know. Can you tell us?
Well, I am, as Mibayy, I am working also for Art Corner. That is
Yep.
a
Altcoins.
it's a pretty small project, very organic, like not a lot of communication. But yeah, we are building on Act 2, and we are teasing some stuff with Nogen, like you saw maybe earlier. And yeah, that's a big project. And after with Wallet FP, we will kindly work with uh, all the project we believed in. Like we are not gonna do research on the small project that just come and pop up with tons of followers. We don't know where. Like we will really work with the good ones and give information on every project people asked us. But as Mibayy, I'm only working for Nogen and Artcoiner.
Okay. Nice. So, well, it's really great because I follow you kind of closely, so maybe I can watch you slip up and give something for Nojin. Yeah. So that's I mean, you know, you don't, but you know, it's always fun to, you know, try, I guess. But in all seriousness, you have shown a great, tremendous tenacity and work in this space, and I congratulate you on what you've accomplished so far.
Thank you. The most important is to stay positive. Like no matter what happens, like take your failure as lessons. It looks like a speech from a movie, but take your failure as a lessons, because that's the most valuable. Okay, you failed, but you will. NFT is not over. L1 is not over. It's only the beginning. Like you said, we are very early. We don't even have an official marketplace. We don't even have that, and we are already doing great. So imagine with a good one, with big acceptation from the public that don't know we have NFTs already, and wait before games goes out, utility goes out, and you will see there will be a mass adoption. I never doubted it, and
Nice.
we have tons of great projects in Elrond, even outside Nogen, that are gonna make huge sounds.
Yeah, definitely. I see that a lot, and I see a bunch of different projects that are kind of showing their colors, also good, bad, all around. So we have that info now, you know, kind of more to give to the people and to show them that we've been following this pretty closely. We watch when people slip up. I recommend, if I slip up, that people call me out, you know, and that's, I guess, accountability is why we have this podcast, and you have shown very, very much that you've been accountable for all the actions you've taken in Elrond, and wow, I mean, what you're creating, I bet you in 5 years we won't even recognize it.
I will come here in 5 years and we'll see where I am. But yeah, it's very kind. I know kindness is not the best communication sometimes. People like people like whitelist. People want to know when it's moon and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm okay with that. It's okay. It's part of the deal. And I'm just here sharing some good vibes, I guess. I try to help as much as I can, give an opinion what I can, but also you have to be open minded to understand others' opinion. But still, at the end of the day, you have to take the decision for yourself because it's your own money. So always be careful, always research a lot, and just be positive. Don't try to attack people on stuff or stuff like. If you see something bad, okay, yeah, you have to act because we can't let Elrond with bad stuff. But be kind, always share your knowledge. Some people are like you at the beginning, where you came to this big ecosystem and you didn't knew what to do. So you have to tell them how you learned. I mean, all this is just kind of sharing. It's drifters really reflect this vision of sharing and caring, and that's why I love drifters. By the way.
Yeah, I see a lot of visions. I see that, when we do see things that we do not like as a community, we do need to stand up for it, and for the new people for sure. Uh, there will be too much to actually cover for one person here soon, and I think we're actually getting to the point here in Elrond where trying to cover the whole ecosystem with just one person, just even coming into the space would be highly difficult with how many projects we have out there right now. So with what you're doing is incredible and is needed.
Yeah, but even you, Derek, like giving the information, giving content, giving video, so people can see me. They will trust me even more because they know who I am, and that's why Disciple made a tweet today about being docs, and he doesn't care about it. I think it's all what it is. We need to give a good image, and like you did for how Dead Rare was answering you. I saw that story passing by. I will never take position in this type of story because
I would never
I'm
ask
just a positive
anyone to.
mindset.
Yep.
But I'm just telling. This is good to tell people they need to be respectful. They need to be kind. They don't need to insult people to tell something.
Right.
We have so many troubles in our world today with the COVID and all the stuff internationally, etc. Here we can do like, and this is almost like Josh Vision, but we can do our universe, and that's why I like Elrond and what we are creating with Wallet FP and NoGen and all that stuff. We are trying to create our universe based on positivity. And those last days, we had some bad stories and stuff like that. I think it goes with the pump of the floor price, but it can't always be pink. Sometimes it has to be dark, but we have to learn from it. So if someone is bad with another person, we have to tell him that it's bad, but also we have to act to make it never happen again, like a scammer. For me, it's the same. Someone who insults with disrespectful need to be treated as a scammer because this is not the way we want to promote it.
Right. And like you said, with the good there's always the bad. And with the bad, it's like a phoenix, it dies, but then another is born. And so with blockchain, we want transparency. I don't expect you to take sides, but with Dead Rare, we don't even know the guy's name. My name is Derek. I have not given my last name, but my first name is Derek. At least I give my first name. I'm sorry, but if you can't even be a little bit transparent, it's like, what do you have to hide? And
Yeah,
and so
that's what that's
that's
why
my
you need to
job
do
here.
research.
Yeah, that's my job here. To get as many that clearly want to be totally transparent to come on here and be able to sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, I do believe we need transparency in this space so bad, because that is what blockchain is about. It's about transparency. So if we are going into a niche off of blockchain that's not as transparent, what are we doing? We're going off our values and off of our values. And so that's what this podcast was meant for. I'm not, like I tell everyone, I get out of my comfort zone doing this. I don't exactly like doing this. Not to even put anything that I do down, but I feel the need to serve. And so that's why I get on here and I tell people what I feel, because I've always felt the need to serve since I was young. I felt the need to serve. Since I'm not technical, what can I do? People have always said, "Oh, well, use your voice. You have a good voice. You can, make people laugh, this and that." And so I'm like, well, so maybe I'll just start this podcast and make people transparent. And so that's good morning, good morning NFT podcast. So,
Yeah,
give people a wake up call, I guess, if you want to put it that way.
I'm kind of like you, and that's why I'm using communication as my favorite tool, because I don't know how to develop a program or website. I don't know how to do a mint collection of an NFT collection. I did one NFT once, but it was for a small community and it was NFTs of my feet. But yeah, never mind. We will never see this one, I hope. But yeah, I'm more like who how can I be useful? People need information. People come and ask questions and never get any answer. So I will be the guy that will try to find those answers or give them direction where to go to get the information. And I think even if we are not developing stuff or tools or stuff like that, we can be useful, because tools we have a lot, but people that take a stand and talk about their opinion also, but the truth behind every project and stuff like that, we need people like that. And we have too many hype based on wind, that people like us can come and say, hey, be careful, look at this, look at that. And so like this, we will teach people how to be aware of what could be like a red flag or stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, and so, with all this, you have given us some good information on what you are doing in the space, and I really appreciate you coming on here and giving us your input on what exactly, your thoughts on everything. It's an eye-opener for me, as seeing someone like you multitasking in all this. It's been an eye-opener for everything that I'm doing now too. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm not gonna stop. I don't want you to stop either. I hope that we see some crazy tools, and the people that you want to work with. And get together. I'm sure it will be just amazing. So
I promise one thing: we will never stop, and we will do our best to give the information the most easily possible, because find the information, like we said, it's hard. There is a lot of Discord, a lot of Twitters, etc. So we will try to gather all this and give it an educational type of content, like you do. you take the voice, and that's even better because people like to hear about it, and that's great, and I respect you for that, and I think you deserve way more visibility than you have already, but I'm sure it will come. And
I guess it takes 6 people. That's, 6 people that like to watch, and then to spread it. I want that organic growth. I don't expect anything from anyone in the community because I want to work towards the goals, and for people to, want to listen, that's up to them. I don't want
yeah,
myself hyped. Like an NFT project that I put out, I wouldn't want hyped. I want everything to be real and, organic. So I appreciate you coming on here today, and we're gonna wrap this up and get this out on a nice YouTube live, or not live, but YouTube video, so everyone can watch. And I'll
pleasure,
send that to you.
nice. Thank you for having me. It was really a true pleasure. I didn't believe it when you asked me, but it's really a pleasure to be able to give my vision of what we try to do, and I hope we will do great. And like I said, I give you rendezvous in 5 years, and we see where we at.
Hopefully not that long. Hopefully we can get you on sooner.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
but you did, like I said in the beginning, you stuck out of most of the people in the community. So I wanted to pick someone, and not just a project, to come on here and actually have a talk, because you're more of a non-bias because you don't have but just a tool out there for people to use. I mean, you're working with Nojin too, but you're sticking to some non-bias notions when you talk. You talk with everything non-biased. So I really appreciate that.
yeah. I think I gave more NFTs and legal than I already won. Yeah. I prefer to share and give to people. I know people are interested with gifts, so I take them with my gift, and then I tell them, "Hey, you need to research before." But I'm never gonna do giveaway like you. I prefer organic type of stuff. So that's the most important,
I've done
you know.
giveaways, and they sometimes get some traction, sometimes they don't, and that's fine with me. So uh, giveaways are fine because I like giving back to the community, but at the same time.
Yeah, let me correct that. I do giveaways on Wallet FP Discord, but it's I don't promote it too much on the socials or stuff like that. I try to keep that
For
simple
your
with
small
the people
community.
that want to listen to me, you know.
Well, you're giving your community a chance, and
Yeah,
that's
well,
the people
we get
that
some
follow
donation
you.
for the website, so we paid the website, and now the developers are mad at me because I give all the money back to the community because I don't want this money, but it's okay. Yeah,
It will all work
it
out, right?
happens.
All right. Well, we'll end that here, and everyone have a good day, and thank you for joining GM NFT Podcast. Join us for our next episode, and that will be on Friday. So, on Friday we will have an episode, and we will see you guys there. Peace out.